Welcome back to NBC News Channel. Today we will learn about two explosive love twists about to detonate in Salem, why November is shaping up to be the month that flips alliances, exposes traitors, and turns private vows into very public consequences. Sami's stunning return. Sami Brady storms back into town with a headline-making surprise, an engagement she plans to unveil at the Horton Clinic Gala, instantly turning a charity night into front-page gossip. The fiancé's identity is being guarded tighter than DiMera corporate files, fueling speculation that ranges from a rekindled past to a bold new chapter. The timing isn't random. Sami's brief windows in Salem, tied to Allison Sweeney's outside projects, mean every beat must land with impact, and this one arrives just as she meets her new grandson. John Roman Trey DiMera 3. The Mystery Man debate. Longtime fans immediately sort suspects into three buckets: a rematch with EJ, a repaired bond with Lucas, or a curveball newcomer who blindsides the entire town. Current T points away from EJ, whose romantic attention has drifted elsewhere, while Lucas's return for November milestones makes him the most plausible lightning rod. Yet the show's anniversary canvas is notorious for bait-and switch reveals, and a left-field fiancé would amplify shock value at exactly the right moment. Gala optics and fallout. The gala setting is strategic. Sami's announcement lands in a room packed with rivals, exes, and accidental witnesses, guaranteeing instant ripple effects. Expect fast pivots, congratulatory smiles masking panic, last-minute damage control, and at least one person pulling a neat air exit to make a fateful phone call. Even the DiMera and Kyriakis camps will read this through a corporate lens, because in Salem, personal hearts and portfolio assets are never truly separate. Why this engagement matters. If Lucas is the groom, redemption arcs collide with unforgiven sins, reopening wounds about kidnapping, manipulation, and whether trust can be rebuilt under a chandelier. If it's someone new, Sami resets the board, forcing EJ and others to respond from positions of weakness instead of legacy entitlement. Either scenario redraws family alliances ahead of holiday story beats, a classic sweep season maneuver to seed confrontations through the new year. Gabi and Philip's intoxicating night. Across town, Gabi Hernandez and Philip Kyriakis lean into chemistry during a special trivia night at the pub, a playful setup that disguises the stakes under neon and nostalgia. The evening is designed to lower defense-assured answers, friendly rivals, and small victories that feel like fate nudging them from flirtation into feelings. It's the kind of Salem night where the scoreboard doesn't matter, but who walks out holding whose hand absolutely does. The secret under the spark. Beneath the banter, a bomb ticks. Philip doesn't know Gabi has been playing a double game connected to DiMera, a Titan power moves, and that betrayal could push him past reason when it drops. Months of maneuvering listing devices, side door deals, and opportunistic alliances position Gabi on a knife's edge between mastery and meltdown. One wrong word or one witness at the wrong moment could flip romance into rupture and place Gabi in the crosshairs of both families. Tony's shadow over Titan DiMera. Tony DiMera has been quietly tightening legal and strategic screws, challenging Titan's hostile takeover and probing for weak links including the humankind. His posture as the reasonable DiMera conceals an agenda fans have seen coming: reclaim, consolidate, and punish, even if it means breaking partners on the wheel. If Philip learns Gabi aided Tony's play against Titan DiMera consolidation, don't expect a calm boardroom breakup. Expect fireworks powerful enough to blow out the pub lights. Can Gabi resist her own feelings? Early whispers warned Gabi might catch real feelings for her mark in recent nights, suggest the line between strategy and sincerity is disappearing fast. That vulnerability is dangerous, a heart invested is a plan compromised, and Tony doesn't tolerate liabilities once the trap is sprung. If Gabi confesses to preempt the reveal, Philip's reaction could swing from brief mercy to scorched earth, depending on who reaches him first with their version of the truth. The Trivia Night Trapdoor. Trivia nights in Salem have a habit of ending with diss tracks or disclosures, and this one is primed for a reveal that changes the couple's trajectory by closing time. Watch for third-party interference, Steph noticing odd movements, Alex showing up at the worst time, or Maggie sensing a scheme from the Titan balcony. If evidence surfaces digital or eyewitness, Philip's pride becomes a fuse, and what started as a perfect date turns into a public shattering. To romances, one Salem lesson. Sami's engagement tests whether history can be rewritten under chandeliers, while Gabi and Philip's night tests whether chemistry can survive a detonated secret. Both plots connect to the same Salem axiom: Love is leverage until it isn't, and when the ledger flips, hearts pay principal and interest. November is the crucible universities, galas, and family wars compressing choices into moments no one can walk back. What shocks fans most? The biggest jaw-dropper may not be who Sami chose, but how her choice rearranges the power map Woe aligns, who defects, and who suddenly wants a seat at her table. For Gabi and Philip, the shock is emotional, realizing that the sweetest night together was also the closest they'll stand before truth separates them. And for viewers, the one-two punch confirms what sweeps are built to make the next episode feel impossible to skip. Final look ahead. Expect a champagne toast that tastes like dynamite, a pub game that becomes a gauntlet, and at least one alliance recalibrated before sunrise. If Lucas is indeed back in the picture, old sins will sit in the front row at Sami's celebration, waiting to object without being asked. If Philip learns Gabi's secret the hard way, Titan won't just lose a trivia night, it could lose every ounce of goodwill holding its fractured leadership together. Next, Days of Our Lives. Xander's jealous rage erupts as Sarah grows closer to Brady. A dangerous storm brews in Salem. In Salem, no emotion burns hotter or cuts deep earthen jealousy. And for Xander Kyriakis, a man who has spent a lifetime wrestling with his darker nature, that green-eyed monster is about to rise once again. Spoilers reveal that Xander's world will spin out of control when he spots Sarah Horton Kyriakis and Brady Black growing unexpectedly close. What begins as a seemingly harmless interaction between friends quickly ignites a wave of insecurity, heartbreak, and anger in a man still clinging to the hope of redemption. A moment that changes everything. For months, Xander has been walking a tightrope trying to prove to Sarah and to himself that he can be a better man. After years of lies, crimes, and heartbreak, he's tried to leave behind the chaos and violence that defined him. He has a job, stability, and, for once, a genuine desire to live honestly. But the moment he sees Sarah laughing with Brady, something inside him cracks. It's not just jealousy, it's fear. Fear that the one woman who once believed in him, woman who looked past his sins and saw the heart beneath the scars finally slipping away. As Xander watches Sarah's gentle smile and Brady's easy charm, his chest tightens. The sight of her hand on Brady's arm feels like a betrayal, even if his rational mind knows there's no evidence of romance. Old demons whisper again. Xander's struggle has always been internal. Beneath his rugged exterior and impulsive temper, there's a man desperate for love and belonging. But deep down, he's haunted by the fear that he'll never truly deserve either. Every time he's tried to change, his past has pulled him back like a shadow that refuses to fade. Now, as he sees Sarah moving on, that darkness starts whispering again, urging him to lash out, to reclaim what he believes is his, to destroy before he's destroyed. It's a dangerous path, one he's walked before. He knows too well where jealousy can lead. Broken trust, shattered hearts, and regret that lingers long after the anger fades. And yet the thought of Brady winning Sarah's heart is unbearable. Sarah's healing journey. For Sarah, the last few years have been a long road of pain and rediscovery. Losing Xander once nearly destroyed her, but she's learned to pick up the pieces of her life. Her focus now is on stability, peace, and protecting her heart. Brady Black, always a friend and confidant, has been a quiet source of comfort. Both have endured loss, betrayal, and endless battles in love. That shared understanding creates an unexpected connection between them, a soft, healing bond that neither intended to form, but both find themselves drawn to. Their growing closeness is innocent for now. But in Salem, innocence can turn into something far more complicated with just one heartfelt look. The breaking point. For Xander, that connection is a dagger to the heart. He's tried to convince himself that Sarah deserves happiness, even if it's not with him. But every time he sees her smile at another man, especially Brady, a man who seems to represent everything Xander is, this temper flares. Brady is stable, respected, and dependable. Xander, despite his efforts, will always carry the stain of his past misdeeds. The comparison gnaws at him. In the coming days, his jealousy will bubble dangerously close to the surface. Friends may warn him to calm down, to stay rational, but emotion rarely listens to reason. Salem has seen Xander's temper before, explosive, unpredictable, and destructive. The question now is, will he fall back into old habits, or can he rise above them? The desire to change. Beneath the rage, however, lies something far more humane, a deep, aching longing for redemption. Xander doesn't just want Sarah back because of love, he wants her forgiveness. He wants proof that he can change, that all the pain he's endured wasn't for nothing. But redemption isn't earned through jealousy, or revengeite's earned through humility. That's a truth Xander may have to face the hard way. Watching Sarah grow closer to Brady may be the test of his life. Will he truly be the better man he claims to be? Or will jealousy drag him back into the darkness he's fought so hard to escape? A dangerous temptation. In the midst of all this, Brady's own life isn't free of turmoil. He's been burned before, and getting close to Sarah might not be intentional. Yet as they share more quiet moments together, emotions can blur lines. If Brady begins to feel something deeper, it could ignite a full-blown rivalry between two powerful men driven by love, the other by pride. Salem is no stranger to battles over love, but few are as volatile as one involving Xander Kyriakis. His love is fierce, his pain is real, and his reactions unpredictable. Those who know him best may start to worry that if his jealousy spirals out of control, it could lead to consequences no one expects. A fading dream. As the days pass, Xander's hope begins to fade. He once imagined a future where he and Sarah could rebuild their family, where forgiveness could heal all wounds. But now, that dream feels more distant with every moment she spends with Brady. He begins to ask himself the hardest question of all: was Sarah ever truly his to begin with? That realization may finally push Xander toward a painful truth sometimes: love isn't enough to fix what's been broken. And if he truly loves Sarah, he may have to let her go even if it destroys him inside. What lies ahead? The storm brewing between Xander, Sarah, and Brady promises to shake Salem once again. Will Xander's jealousy destroy his last chance at redemption? Or will this be the moment that finally forces him to prove he can rise above his demons? One thing is certain: Salem's peace is about to be shattered, and hearts will be caught in the crossfire. As Xander stands at this crossroads between love and rage, every decision he makes will shape not just his future, but Sarah's and possibly Brady's too. Because in Salem, no emotion ever fades quietly. It always ends with someone getting burned.